My name is Gary the Numbers Guy. I'm a numerologist slash astrologer, and in this video we'll be discussing the sharks in ABC's hit show Shark Tank. Every entrepreneur is going to want to watch this video because this is going to give you a personality profile of the sharks unlike anything you've seen before, coming from a numerology and astrology standpoint. But before we go into that, let me just throw this out there. My personal opinion, you can learn more watching 4 seasons of Shark Tank than you can going to 4 years of business school. And by the way, you won't have the debt either. Having said that, let's get it started. First, Mark Cuban. Mark Cuban is born 7/31/1958. And how you do this is basically you add 7, 3, 1, 1, 9, 5, 8. It's going to add up to 34, and 3 and 4 adds up to 7. 7 basically means Mark Cuban is a loner at heart. He always has been. Mark Cuban also has a very high intellect. As a matter of fact, genius starts with G. G is the 7th letter of the alphabet, and that does describe Mark Cuban because you see, a lot of people who are 7s, who are born on 7/16/25, they have that genius intellect. As a matter of fact, Stephen Hawking, who they say is the smartest man in the world, is born 1/8/1942. 1/8/1942 adds up to 25, 2 and 5, again 7. So yes, Mark Cuban has the intellect, but see, a lot of people have the intellect. What sets him apart? Well, he's born on the 31st. 3 and 1 is 4, and 4s are very, very hard working. So Mr. Cuban combined hard work and genius intellect, and he basically built his fortune. Mark, I just want to put out there, if you ever want to win the NBA championship, I can provide you insight that no one else can, because Mavericks ain't looking too good this year, bro. Sorry to tell you. Next, Kevin OLeary. Kevin is born 7/9/1954. 7/9/1954 adds up to 35. 3 and 5 add up to 8. And 8 is the number of money. Now, he might not be the richest shark, but I can assure you money means more to him than anyone else. And I'm sure he'll vouch for that one. You see, 8 is the number of money. That's exactly why the Chinese started the Olympic Games on 8/8/2008 at exactly 8:08 p.m. Let's do the math. 8/8/2008 adds up to 26. 2 and 6 adds up to 8. You see, the people in the West are very, very familiar with metaphysical science, which is basically numerology and astrology, and they use it. More about Mr. OLeary. He is a very, very adaptive individual. He's born in the 9th, and when we go talk about OLeary, you'll see she's born on the 9th too. They have the ability to adapt. That's what people born on the 9th, 18, 27 do best. Now, also, he is probably one of the more stubborn individuals, and sometimes he's stubborn just for the sake of being stubborn. Hey, that's what happens when people are born in 1954, just the way it is. One thing I will tell you, look at some of the best deals in market history. They happen on 8 days, the number of money. Next, Daymond John. Daymond John is born 2/23/1959. Adds up to 32. 3 and 2 is 5. He's a 5-leg path, meaning out of all the sharks, he's the most open-minded one, by far. He learns very, very quickly, and he's not the type of person who's going to be the expert on every single thing. He's going to put a team of people around him, and that's exactly what he does best. Mr. John is born in 1969. That's the year of the rooster. Roosters are extremely blunt. They're going to tell you exactly what's on their mind. You know exactly where you stand with Daymond. And the other thing about roosters is they're extremely loyal. So if you get into business with Daymond, he's more than likely got your back. Let me say this about this, too. People who are born in Pisces times are very intuitive. And I can assure you that Mr. John uses his intuitive nature to make a lot of his calls. Hey, I might be guessing, but I think I got this one. Next, OLeary. Now, unfortunately, I don't have OLeary's full birthday, but that's okay, because she's born 12/9. Again, born on the 9th, just like Kevin, extremely adaptive to any place or any person around her. She can adapt, and that's one of her greatest strengths in life. She's also Sagittarius, which means she's extremely blunt. She's going to tell you exactly what she thinks. She's the type of person that she might yell, scream a little bit, but she definitely does have that charisma that goes with it. But see, since we don't have OLeary's full birthday, we're going to have to add a different element to this. You see, there's another way to do numbers. It's by looking at the letters. And see, OLeary begins with the L. L is the 12th letter. 1 and 2 is 3. So having said that, People who are threes are very, very good at communication. Oh, and what does she does? What does she create in her life? QVC. Just to point out the communication thing. Communication begins with C. C is the third letter of the alphabet. If you know anything about astrology, they say Gemini is the sign of communication. Well, Gemini is the third sign. Again, numerology supersedes astrology. I wish I had more for you, but I don't have your birthday. Next, Robert. Robert's born 9/14/1963, and he is the least likely to believe in any of this stuff. You see, because Robert is born a pocket psychologist. He analyzes everything. I mean, this guy, he likes to play mind games. It's what he's good at. It's what got him to where he is today. He learns quickly, just like Daymond. One thing about him is he definitely worries a little bit too much. He doesn't like taking risks. One of the things about his life is he likes playing. He likes having fun, and that's what you can expect about people born on the 5th, 14th, and 23rd, just like Daymond. They work hard and they play hard. Mr. Hershevek is going to be extremely home and family oriented because in total he's a 33 and a 6 life path. So what that means is he has great influence over others. Next, Barbara. Barbara was born 3/10/1949. She's a 9 life path in total. And what a 9 life path basically does is that ability to adapt. She even has it better than Kevin. 9 life paths basically have the ability to adapt to anything or any place. I can't stress that enough. And her adaptiveness has got her where she is today. She is also born on the 10th. 1 plus 0 equals 1. Ones are leaders. People who are born on the 1st, 10th, 1928, very argumentative. They usually stay in good shape throughout their life. But yes, they are leaders. And that's just the way it is with these people. They're going to be argumentative. They're going to get their way. She's also very intuitive, just like Daymond. And that comes from her Pisces nature. And again, that was a little bit about every single shark. My name is Gary the Numbers Guy. And I hope you basically understood something. Because let me just point this out there. Just like Kevin says, numbers never lie.